In 1800, harvesting wheat meant hundreds of people spending weeks in the fields. Today, one machine can do the same work in hours. What once required an entire village now takes a single operator sitting in an air-conditioned cab. And that's not an exaggeration. In this video, you'll see 5 agricultural machines that compressed months of human labor into days, and in some cases, hours. The numbers are so extreme they almost sound fake. Let's start with the machine that changed wheat farming forever. The Grimme Ventor 4150. Let's start underground with potatoes. In the early 1900s, harvesting potatoes was brutal. Workers crawled through fields on their hands and knees, digging in mud, pulling potatoes out of the ground one by one. For 1,000 acres of potatoes, you needed over 10,000 man-days of labor. 10,000. That's hundreds of workers spending the entire harvest season bent over in fields, backs screaming, hands covered in dirt. Entire families, men, women, children, would work dawn to dusk for weeks. Today, the Grimme Ventor 4150 has made that entire nightmare obsolete. This German-engineered beast harvests 4.5 hectares per hour. That's about 11 acres. Let's do the math. 1,000 acres now takes about 90 hours of machine operation. 90 hours versus 10,000 man-days. That same work that kept hundreds of people employed for an entire season is now done in less than 4 days by one machine. But it's not just about speed, it's about how it works. The Ventor 4150 uses what Grimme calls the SE principle: screening, transporting, and separating, all happening simultaneously while the machine moves forward. The machine digs up the potatoes, shakes off the dirt, removes rocks and debris, and deposits clean potatoes into a 15-ton bunker, all in one continuous operation. No workers following behind picking potatoes off the ground, no sorting crews, no manual loading. The entire process that used to require dozens of people is now happening inside one machine. And when that 15-ton bunker fills up, the Ventor doesn't even stop. It unloads on the go, transferring potatoes to a truck driving alongside while continuing to harvest. In the old days, filling wagons meant stopping work. Now the machine never stops. Time keeps compressing. But if you think potatoes are impressive, wait till you see what happened to sugar beets. The ROPA Tiger 6S in the 1930s, sugar beet harvesting was one of the most grueling jobs in American agriculture. Immigrant families, often from Mexico and Eastern Europe, would work 13-hour days, bent over at the waist using short-handled hoes to dig up beets and chop off the tops. The work was so hard it destroyed people's backs. There are documented cases of workers permanently disabled by the end of a single harvest season, and it took weeks, multiple weeks of families working together, processing fields row by row. Today, the ROPA Tiger 6S processes up to 2,000 tons of sugar beets per day. 2,000 tons in one day. What took a crew of workers weeks to accomplish, this machine finishes in 24 hours. But here's what makes the Tiger 6S truly revolutionary: ultrasonic sensors. The R-Contour system uses ultrasonic sensors that scan the ground in real time, measuring the exact contour of the soil. Based on that data, the machine adjusts the digging depth of each row independently. We're talking millimeter level precision. Why does this matter? Because sugar beets grow at different depths. If you dig too shallow, you miss beets and lose money. If you dig too deep, you damage the beets and lose quality. Human workers had to judge depth by feel and experience. They got it wrong a lot. The Tiger 6S gets it right every time. No lost beets, no damaged product, perfect efficiency. And just like the potato harvester, the Tiger 6S doesn't stop to unload. It processes beets, cleans them, removes tops, and loads them into its own bunker, all while moving forward. When the bunker fills, it transfers to a truck on the fly. The machine never stops working. Time compression at its finest. If this is blowing your mind, smash that like button and drop a comment. Did you know about these ultrasonic sensors? Because the next machine is even crazier. We're going into the forest. The Ponsse Scorpion King logging used to be one of the most dangerous jobs on Earth. Crews of men with axes and chainsaws would spend weeks clearing a section of forest. One tree could take 30 minutes to fell, delimb, and cut to length. A single manual cutter produces about 2.5 cubic meters of timber per hour. That's maybe 5 or 6 trees. A day's work for a skilled logger, 20 to 30 trees maximum. And every tree was a risk. Falling trees kill loggers every year. It's brutal, dangerous work. Enter the Ponsse Scorpion King, a Finnish-built harvester that processes up to 200 trees per day. 200 trees, one machine, one operator sitting safely in a reinforced cab. That's a 70% reduction in time compared to manual methods. The Scorpion King doesn't cut trees, it processes them. The machine grabs a tree with its harvester head, cuts it at the base, and in one continuous motion, lifts the tree, delimbs it, strips all branches, measures the trunk, cuts it into pre-programmed lengths. All of this happens in about 20 seconds per tree. 20 seconds, start to finish. A tree that would take a human crew 20 to 30 minutes to process is done in less time than it takes to tie your boots. The magic is in a system called Intelligent Boom Control, IBC. Traditionally, operating a harvester required incredible skill. The operator controlled every movement of the boom, extending, retracting, rotating, tilting. IBC automates most of that. The operator points to a tree, presses a button, and the machine does the rest. The boom moves itself to the optimal position. The harvester head grabs and cuts, and the entire delimbing and sectioning process is automated. What used to require years of experience and training now requires basic instruction. But beyond speed, there's something more important: safety. The operator is inside a protective cab with rollover protection, climate control, and shock absorption. They're not standing next to falling trees. They're not wielding chainsaws. They're not risking their lives. Logging went from one of the deadliest professions to one of the safest. Not because people got more careful, but because machines took over the dangerous parts. Now let's go from the forest floor to the sky. The Hylio Drone Swarm. Spraying pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers used to be a walking marathon. Workers would strap 40-pound backpack sprayers and walk through fields, pumping handles to maintain pressure, covering maybe 0.8 hectares per hour. For a 1,000-acre farm, that's over 1,500 hours of walking through fields under the sun, breathing chemical mist, getting soaked in spray drift. It took weeks, multiple workers, and it was dangerous. Chemical exposure was a constant risk. Today, Hylio agricultural drones have changed everything. A swarm of just 3 Hylio drones can spray 150 acres per hour. That's 60 hectares in 60 minutes. One pilot, 3 drones, flying in coordination, the same 1,000 acres that used to take weeks, done in about 7 hours. Let's break down the time compression. Manual spraying, 1,500 plus hours of human labor. Drone swarm, 7 hours of flight time. That's a 99.5% reduction in time. What took a crew of workers 3 weeks now takes less than a full work day. These aren't toy drones, they're industrial machines designed for precision agriculture. Each Hylio drone carries up to 16 liters of spray and covers about 50 acres per tank. They fly pre-programmed GPS routes with centimeter level accuracy. The swarm communicates wirelessly. If one drone's battery gets low, it automatically returns to base, swaps batteries, and rejoins the mission, all without human intervention. And here's the kicker: precision. Manual spraying is inconsistent, tired workers spray unevenly, they miss spots, they overspray some areas. Drones never get tired. They maintain perfect height, perfect speed, perfect coverage every time, and nobody's breathing chemicals anymore. The pilot operates from a safe distance, monitoring the swarm on a tablet. No chemical exposure, no heat exhaustion, no risk. This is what the future of agriculture looks like. Robots doing the dangerous work while humans supervise from safety. Quick reminder, if you haven't liked this video yet, do it now. It helps more people see this content, and we've got one more machine to cover, and it's going to complete the picture. Stay with me. The John Deere P576 and Case YH Precision Disc 550. Planting used to consume most of spring. With mule-drawn planters or hand seeding, covering 1,000 acres could take a month or more. You had to finish before the weather turned, before the planting window closed. Miss that window and your entire year was shot. Today's air seeders are marvels of logistics and precision. These machines have planting widths up to 90 feet. 90 feet, that's wider than most commercial buildings. They cover hundreds of acres per day, planting at speeds that would have seemed impossible even 20 years ago. But here's where it gets really interesting: seed delivery. These planters hold massive amounts of seed, up to 650 bushels in onboard carts like the John Deere C650. When the cart needs refilling, a tender truck pulls alongside. The system loads 100 bushels per minute. That means a complete 650 bushel refill takes just 20 minutes. The planter barely slows down. In the old days, stopping to refill meant meant losing hours. Now, it's a brief pause, but speed isn't the only revolution. Precision matters. Modern planters use GPS-guided section command technology. The system knows exactly where it's been and automatically shuts off seed flow to sections that have already been planted. Why does this matter? On irregular fields with curves, corners, and odd shapes, human operators used to overlap constantly, wasting seed, wasting money, and sometimes planting so thick the crops competed with themselves. Section command eliminates that. Zero overlap, zero waste. Every seed planted exactly where it needs to be. This level of precision was impossible for human operators. The human eye can't track GPS coordinates while driving a 90-foot wide machine at 8 miles per hour. The computer handles it flawlessly. What used to take a month of spring labor now takes days. Farmers can wait for optimal soil conditions, then plant their entire operation in a narrow window of perfect weather. That timing advantage translates directly to yield, better emergence, stronger plants, higher profits. Time compression isn't just about speed, it's about control. Why this matters? Here's the uncomfortable truth. We couldn't feed the world without these machines. In 1800, when growing wheat took 56 hours per acre, the global population was under 1 billion. Today, we're feeding 8 billion people with 98% fewer agricultural workers. How? Time compression. Let's recap the time savings we just covered. Wheat, 56 hours per acre to 1.7 hours per acre, 3,000% improvement. Potatoes, 10,000 man days for 1,000 acres to 90 machine hours. Sugar beets, weeks of family labor to 24 hours with one machine. Logging, 30 minutes per tree to 20 seconds per tree, spraying 1,500 hours of backpack walking to 7 hours of drone flight. Planting, 1 month to less than a week. These aren't small improvements. These are order of magnitude leaps in efficiency. In 1800, 90% of Americans worked in agriculture. Today it's 2%, but we're producing more food than ever. Higher quality, more variety, greater abundance. The workers didn't disappear. They moved to other industries. Doctors, engineers, teachers, artists. This time compression freed humanity to do other things, but there's a cost. These machines are massive, heavy, they compact soil, they consume diesel. The Grimme Ventor 4150 weighs over 30 tons. The ROPA Tiger 6S is even heavier. That weight damages soil structure over time. The industry is addressing this. Lighter machines, track systems, precision agriculture to minimize passes. But the fundamental tension remains. We need these machines to feed the world, yet they're degrading the land we depend on. It's a balance we're still figuring out. What comes next? The next revolution is already here. Full autonomy. Imagine fleets of these machines running 24/7 with no operators. The Grimme Ventor harvesting potatoes all night. The ROPA Tiger processing beets around the clock. The Ponsse Scorpion King clearing forests while humans sleep. Prototypes already exist. Within a decade, autonomous agricultural machines will be the norm. But it's not just about removing the operator. It's about adding intelligence. These machines will communicate with satellites, weather stations, and soil sensors. They'll adjust operations in real time based on conditions. Plant when soil moisture is optimal. Harvest when sugar content peaks. Spray only where pests are detected. Perfect timing, perfect efficiency, zero waste. The future isn't one giant machine. It's coordinated swarms of smaller machines. 10 small autonomous harvesters working together are more efficient than one giant harvester. They cause less soil compaction. They adapt to irregular fields better. The Hylio drones are just the beginning. Soon, entire farming operations will be swarms of robots coordinated by AI. We've gone from 56 hours per acre to 1.7 hours in just over 200 years. What used to take weeks now takes hours. What required entire villages now requires one operator. But this isn't the end. It's just the beginning. As machines get smarter, faster, and more precise, time will keep compressing. The question isn't whether farming will get more efficient. It's how fast that efficiency will accelerate. But let's acknowledge what we've lost. In 1800, farming was a community activity. Neighbors helped neighbors. Harvest was a social event. Today, one person sits alone in a cab, surrounded by screens and computers. We've gained efficiency, we've gained abundance, we've gained the ability to feed billions. But we've lost the social fabric that farming used to create. That's not good or bad. It just is. It's the trade we made. From weeks to hours. From villages to individuals, from muscle to machines. This is the story of modern agriculture, and it's the story of human progress itself. We compress time, we eliminate labor, we maximize output, and in doing so, we fundamentally change what it means to be human. If this video changed how you think about farming and efficiency, here's what I need. First, hit that like button. It actually helps this reach more people. Second, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're covering the most advanced agricultural technology every single week. Autonomous tractors, AI systems, the future of food production. Third, comment right now, which machine impressed you most? Was it the Grimme Ventor processing 15 tons at once? The ROPA Tiger's ultrasonic sensors? The Ponsse Scorpion King processing trees in 20 seconds? Or the Hylio drones covering 150 acres an hour? I read every comment and I genuinely want to know. And if you made it all the way here, you're amazing. I've got a video on screen about farming machines that replaced 1,000 workers each. You need to watch it. What used to take weeks now takes hours. And tomorrow, it'll probably take minutes.